If, like me, you like to ride your bike more than you do cleaning it, well, you're going to want products that are going to get the job done quickly, but still offer a great finish and protection. Today, I want to show you 3 products from the team at True Tension that do just that. They'll give your bike that new showroom glossy finish quickly and easily, without breaking the bank, and without making the cleaning process take a lot longer than it should. And if you stick about, I'll make sure to pop a 30% off discount code into the video a little bit later so that you can grab yourself a bit of a bargain. Now, the products that we're taking a look at today are these 3 products here from True Tension. They're all different sprays and they all look like they do a very similar job when you read about them and go on the website and find out a bit about them, but actually they all serve a very different purpose depending on what it is you want to do for the end results of your clean. We've got the Graphene Bike Detailer, the Silicone Spritz Spray, and the TT78 Multi-Use Spray. Now, all 3 of these products promise you shine, protection, and a nicer looking bike at the end of it. But they all do things slightly differently and they're not interchangeable. So I'm going to quickly break down exactly what each one of these ones does, when you should use it in your cleaning routine, and what bikes you should mainly be using these on. If you're new to bike cleaning products, then these 3 can look a little bit confusing because they all sit in that final stage category when it comes to washing the bike, the sort of product you use after the main wash, when you want your bike to look at its best. But think of them all individually. One's like a high-tech paint protection layer, one is a quick shine enhancer, and the other one is a workshop all-rounder. Let's start with the fancy one, because this is the one that most of you are going to want for maximum paint protection. This is the Graphene Bike Detailer. This is your high-tech finish, basically. The headline features here is that it uses something called graphene within the compound, within the mixture, which is used because it creates a protective hydrophobic layer over your bike's paintwork and plastics. Now, hydrophobic basically means that water can't grip the finish anymore. It just runs off. And with it, it takes all those nasty kind of deposits and stuff that rainwater and things will leave on a bike. So when you spray this on and you buff it off, you're not just adding a glossy finish to your bike, you're adding a protective layer that's going to help repel water, road grime, and general filth, which means your bike stays cleaner for longer, and it's easier to clean next time you come around to doing it. This is the one you reach for when you're done properly washing, using something like the Monkey Juice Bike Cleaner. There is a video of that, by the way, at the pop-up banner at the top if you want to go find out what the Monkey Juice Bike Cleaner is all about. Now, this particular product will give your bike that deep, glossy look, as well as some of the ongoing protection that you're looking for. It's not just about shine. It's especially good on painted surfaces like tanks and glossy surfaces. Next, you've got the Silicone Spritz. This one's much more old school in concept, but it's still very efficient, and for those of you that want to use something to just get the job done as quickly as possible. Silicone sprays are all about visual finish. You spray it onto the plastics and metal surfaces and you give it a wipe, and you get that instant, rich, deep, glossy look that you're looking for. It's fast, it's simple, and it simply just works. You've got to think of this one as a quick wash in a can. So if your bike's looking a bit dull, a bit dusty, a bit grimy, and you want to make it pop again within 3 minutes, well, just spray this on, wipe it down, and it's as easy as that. This particular product is perfect for things like black plastics and trims, frame sections, hoses and covers, under seat protection, and even painted areas like your fairings and tanks. Much like the graphene spray, it also reduces dirt sticking, but the main goal here is all about appearance, not long-term surface protection. So the protection that this offers won't last as long as the Graphene Bike Detailer. I think it's important to note at this point, and this is true of all the products that I'm talking about today, to keep them well away from your tyres, your brakes, your brake pads, and the seat surface. All of these products leave a really slick finish, and you'll find yourself sliding about in your seat and your brakes just won't work properly because we don't want silicone all around our brakes, do we? Now, the third product I want to talk about is their TT78 Multi-Use Spray, and this is the one that plays a very different role to the other 2. TT78 is more of a workshop companion. It'll live in the toolkit rather than the detailing sets. Yes, it does improve finish, and yes, it will allow for one of those hydrophobic surfaces that all the other ones do, but this is not just about getting that job done. This is a multi-use spray that helps with displacing moisture around the engine compartment. It protects against corrosion, it frees up sticky components, adds a really light level of lubrication, and cleans up those grimy metal parts such as your foot pegs and so forth. So instead of thinking this as a shine product, think of this as a long-term maintenance and protection spray. The TT78 is ideal for things like bolts, linkages, exposed metals, engine casings, as I mentioned, foot pivot points, and the hard-to-reach areas around the bike and inside the frame area. So if graphene is your show bike finisher, and Silicone Spritz is your cosmetic enhancer, the TT78 is your protection problem solver before the problems even present themselves. You'll only use this when your bike is going into winter storage, for example, or if you're lucky enough to have multiple bikes, meaning that one or two of them are going to be stood for a long while. So in summary, if your priority is maximum gloss plus protection, you want to use the Graphene detailer. If your priority is fast visual improvements, then go ahead and grab yourself the silicone Spritz. And if your priority is mechanical protection and multi-purpose use, then you want to get yourself a can of the TT78. And if you prioritize all three of those, then get yourself over to True Tension's website via the affiliate link, which I've put in the description below, and you can use the code I'm displaying on the screen now, TALKS30, to grab yourself 30% off all of their non-sale items. You can also click over here to watch my Monkey Juice bike cleaning review, because this stuff is a must for summer months. When you're cleaning off all that bug splatter and stuck on flies, this stuff is incredible at clearing all that. And if you've not done so already, you can click over here on my face to subscribe to the channel. And please, don't forget to like the video. Also hype it if you're watching on a mobile device. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch. Ride safe, and hopefully I'll get to see you all in the next one.